Go ahead.
All right, back in Acts 17, verse 1. Now, when they had passed through Amphipolis and Apollonia, they came to Thessalonica, where there was a synagogue of the Jews. And Paul and his manner what slacking. And Paul, as his manner was, went in unto them, and 3 Sabbath days reasoned with them out of the scriptures.
He was in the synagogue reasoning, debating with the Jews out of the law, of the scriptures. That's why he said that the Jew I became a Jew.
Right.
And what you think he was speaking in there?
Yeah.
He was speaking Hebrew, man. He was speaking Hebrew because it said what? It was better to speak, eat pork than to speak Greek.
Right.
So he was speaking Hebrew to them. They're saying that at that time. The Elder Gabar always brings that out. So there's that so-called Hermes, which is a myth, was said to have been given many in different tongues. The Apostle Paul was speaking different tongues. Okay? The reason why we referring to Hermes is because, or Mercurius, is so you can understand why they looked at him like that. But then we're going to go deeper into that too. Read that, Acts 21 and 37.
Okay. It's, Acts 21, verse 37.
Go ahead.
1 second. All right. It says, and as Paul was to be led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, may I speak unto thee? Who said, canst thou speak Greek?
See? So he speak different tongues. Okay? I got some real quick. It says, God of speech, crafty words, and eloquence. Hesiod, the works and days. This is 8th century, 7th century BC. Also, if I can read another one. Let me go down and read another one. Because I want to read all of them. I don't want to. Alright, it says, Orphic Hymn 28. Hermes, prophet of discourse, which the Apostle Paul was a prophet of discourse. Speaking the words of Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shah. Of various speech, who aid in works we find, and in necessities to mortal kind. Dire weapon of the tongue, which men revere, be present Hermes, the suppliant here. Assist my works, conclude my life with speech. With peace, give graceful speech, and memories increase. Jot down again. Alright, it says, Philostratus, life of Apollonius of Tyana. It says, many people resorted to the temple of Hermes, asking for the gift of wisdom. Now when on the appointed day, they arrived of the distribution of the gifts of wisdom, Hermes, as the god of wisdom and eloquence, and also of rewards, said to him who you may well suppose, he had made the biggest offering. Here is philosophy for you, so he gave people philosophy. Which that's all bullshit. The Most High gave that to man. Gave man knowledge, man. Gave man the ability to speak. It tells you that in the book of what's that, the book of Sirach, which tells you different senses. And it says the reasoning thereof. I think that's Sirach in 17 chapters.
Got more than 6 senses.
Yep. Here, I think it says 6 cents. Or 6 or 7 or something like that.
I got a precept for you.
Go ahead,
It's 1 Corinthians. Because they said that they go to Hermes for wisdom.
See that? There you go.
They said they go to Hermes for wisdom. Now you had the different churches. They was claiming they was of Paul and they was of Apollos. They was of this and that. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 4. For while one saith, I am of Paul, and another, I am of Apollos, are ye not carnal? Who then is Paul? Who is Apollos? But ministers by whom ye believe, even as the Lord gave to every man. I have planted, Apollos watereth, but the Most High gives the increase.
So the Most High gave the increase. It wasn't Apostle Paul. It wasn't no fucking Hermes, no damn Mercurius, no goddamn Zeus or Jupiter.
Exactly.
The Most High, how about Shah? What you got? I want you to read. I want you to read from verse Start from verse 3.
Right. This is Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, verse 17, verse 3. Right?
Chapter 17, verse 3. Yeah.
Chapter 17, verse 3. It says, he endowed them with strength by themselves, and made them according to his image.
Go ahead.
And put the fear of man upon all flesh, and gave him dominion over beasts and fowl. They received the use of 5 operations of the Lord.
Go ahead.
And in the 6th place, he imparted them understanding.
He imparted to them understanding.
And in the 7th, speech and interpretation.
Of the cogitations
of the cogitations thereof.
Yeah, the cogitations of your thoughts is what speech. You think about something and you say it. The Most High did that.
Right.
How about Shah did that?
Right.
Not Hermes, not no fucking Mercurius.
Right.
And then that when the brother brought out Corinthians, I think it was about to bring this out when it said the Greeks seek after wisdom.
Right.
Who do you think they were seeking after? Hermes, man.
Right.
They were seeking after Mercury, man. That's what they had to be seeking at.
Right.
And Paul was telling them that you were Gentiles. And he said the same thing in Corinthians. You were Gentiles, carried these idols. So they had to been worshiping what idols? Hermes in them.
Hermes in them, yeah.
Right.
Hermes in them, Mercurius in them, you know, Zeus and all of them other cats on Mount Olympus, man. That's what they had to have. You know what I'm saying? Makes sense.
God.
You got to put yourself in the scriptures.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, that's how you get a better picture of it, man.
That's right.
Yeah, you got to be there, and that El Gabal always say that, man. You got to put yourself. You read about somebody, put yourself, right there next to that person.
Con.
And it'll give you a better picture and a better understanding of how it was back then, man.
I want to read another one. It says, this is by Plato. It says, Plato constructs philosophical etymologies for the name of gods. It says, Socrates, let us inquire what thought men had in giving them the gods had in their names. The first men who gave names to gods were no ordinary persons, but high thinkers and great talkers. This name Hermes seems to me to have to do with speech. He's an interpreter and a messenger. No, he ain't. We just read
Right.
Most High's. So he gave them the interpretations of the thoughts.
That's right.
Is wily and deceptive in speech, and is oratorical, a good orator, a good speaker. All this activity is concerned with the power of speech. Now, as I said before, Aaron denotes the use of speech. Moreover, Homer often uses the words emisato, which means contrive, from these two words. Then the lawgiver imposes upon us the name of the God who contrives speech, which is Yahweh Shemashah, and the use of speech. Okay? That's basically the point I want to give you. I want to get to on that. Okay? There's another one. I got it listed right here, so I keep looking down. In case your brother was wondering. Okay, let me jump down. It says, give me the book of 2 Corinthians 4:7, I believe it is, where it says we have these treasures in earthen vessels.
2 Corinthians chapter 4.
It should be 4 verse 7.
Verse 7. Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
It's 2 Corinthians 4, verse 7. But we have the treasures in earthly vessels.
What treasure? It's knowledge.
Right.
Go ahead, and these earthly vessels. Look at that. What's the earthly vessel? These bodies, man. The way you got an earthly vessel like a piece of pottery, made out of clay, you can put a treasure in there. You can put something in there. But we got these treasures with knowledge, riches in the Most High, mentioned in the book of Romans. We got these riches in earthen vessels. Go ahead.
I'm about to say this too. Treasures are basically riches. Now in the book of Revelations, what it say? Well, thou art rich. You know
Yeah, but thou art rich in the knowledge.
Thou art rich. We're rich with this knowledge, this understanding of this knowledge.
That's Romans 9:33. Go ahead. Yep.
It says, but we have this treasure in
I'm mistaken.
earthly vessels, that excellency of the power may be of the Most High and not with us.
See, we have these treasures in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power will be in the Most High, not in us.
That's right.
Why? Because we in earthen vessels, man. An earthen vessel is a body that's liable. Look at that word decay. I believe it is decay. It means like to corrupt. Or the word corruptible means liable to decay.
Right.
So you got these bodies that's liable to decay, but in these same bodies you got treasures.
That's right.
That shows you the powers in the Most High. How the Most High can take a riches of knowledge and give it to a body that's corruptible, a body that's going to decay.
Right.
That goes back to the Most High. It don't go back to no Hermes, man, or no Mercury, no. That's how we got the knowledge through the Spirit. The Scripture tell you what? In the book of John, Yahweh Shai had what? He had that knowledge without measure. Meaning what? It was no limit to the knowledge he had. There was no measure.
The Scripture say there was enough books in the world to record everything that he did.
Even though the books in the world couldn't contain everything he did.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, man.
And you think about, if you look at all in the distance around us, all these damn buildings, this is a big ass place.
Yo, man, y'all was working when you came down here, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
He was working, bro.
You guys out there, them other camps, y'all don't be working, man. Y'all niggas is just sitting there talking about us.
You're taking seasons off.
We're taking seasons off, whole entire seasons off.
Whole entire season.
Scripture says despise not prophesying, man.
Right.
You ain't going out teaching them, you despise and prophesying.
Yeah.
You know? Okay? And let's see what else you got here. That's basically what we gotta get to there. Oh, look at that word. You got your phone. Look at the word Nebo. Nebo, N-E-B-O in the blue letter.
I got it. Nebo was, in the Hebrew, is Nabawa, which means prophet.
Okay. Does